Don't just think you're insured when your daughter invites a few friends over on social media. No, you are with accidental damage cover with GIO Platinum Home Insurance.
At Me, we've hit a low note on our home loan rates. Jump online and try our home loan calculator to see how much you can save. Visit mebank.com.au.
It's probably the most important judiciary hearing in NRL history. From private jets to blacked out minivans, Melbourne has gone to extraordinary lengths to shield Billy Slater from the media ahead of his hearing tonight. Neil Breen reports from NRL headquarters.
It sure was today. That private jet carrying Billy Slater arrived at ExecuJet at Mascot Airport at about 4 p.m. this afternoon. He was with his coach, Craig Bellamy, and other Melbourne Storm officials. He was then whisked into that blackened van, which at one stage was even moved so our cameras couldn't get a shot of Billy Slater. He was driven here to NRL headquarters, Moore Park, taken into the underground car park, which isn't the norm. Normally when players appear at the judiciary, they simply walk down the street and into the front doors. It was all to no avail, of course, because when he emerged from the lift to go into a meeting room, we were able to see him. He met with his lawyer, Nick Gabar, QC, in that meeting room, which was adjacent to the hearing room itself. I can tell you the hearing has just gotten underway now, and it's absolutely a certainty that the Melbourne Storm are throwing everything at it tonight to ensure Billy Slater ends his career a hero on Sunday night rather than here in the judiciary room tonight.
The Roosters have named Cooper Cronk as the 23rd man in an extended squad as he battles to be fit for the grand final. According to the official team sheet, Mitchell Hughes will wear the number 7 jumper. James Tedesco has warned against playing Cronk if he isn't fit for Sunday's decider.
Today's final circus surrounded the Storm and Billy. The Roosters were just getting on with business. When it comes to the business of winning comps, Cooper Cronk and James Tedesco were the Bondi Club's blue chip investments. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. To be in this position, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Obviously, it's still a job to do on Sunday, but it's pretty surreal to be involved in the grand final.
And now Tedesco has the chance to claim to be the fullback of his generation. He wants to take his hero down on the biggest stage. Billy's your idol, isn't he?
He's a guy I looked up to definitely as a player. He was coming through as a young fullback. He was a guy that was dominating the game, and still is dominating the game, and was definitely a player I wanted to sort of base my game around, and yeah, he's been the best for many years now.
Would you like him to play?
It'd be good to come up against him, obviously, in his last game. In the grand final, it'd be obviously disappointing for him to miss.
For you, you like the challenge of playing the best, I guess?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've come up against Billy in a few big games now, and I've enjoyed that challenge every time.
Tedesco needs to lift, with fellow newcomer Cronk in serious doubt. Teddy thinks it could damage the Roosters' chances to gamble on a crook Cooper.
If he gets this game 50%, he's not confident in himself, then I don't know if that would be the best thing for our team.
Are you prepared to step up? Are you ready to?
Yeah, I think so. I think I don't want to put that external pressure on myself, but if I'm playing how I have been, and I've been really enjoying my footy and playing some good footy, then I'm confident I can do that again this weekend. I don't want to go away from my game that's been working over the last few months, but I think definitely communication, leadership-wise, me, Kieran and Friendly will definitely have to pick that up.
Danny Weidler, NBN News.
Storm playmaker Cameron Munster believes it would be cruel to target injured Roosters halfback Cooper Cronk if he plays in the grand final, but it may be a necessary evil. Munster's concerns lie with his own club, though, especially the possible retirements of both Billy Slater and Cameron Smith in the same year.
In all of the Billy Slater mania surrounding this week, one thing's been largely lost. Cameron Smith's admission that he may retire from the sport should they win on Sunday.
If he feels like it's time to hang the boots up, if we do end up winning on Sunday, it'll probably be a good note to go out on.
Munster believes Smith will want to become the first player in history to reach the 400-game milestone, something he can achieve next year. But if he does hang up the boots, the Storm concede, in addition to Slater's retirement, it would be crippling for the club.
Yeah, it would be, mate. Obviously we had the big three in the last. We obviously lost Coops last year, and if we lose both from this year, it'd be a huge blow for us. But and saying that we've got some great young depth coming through.
The Storm, to a man, think Cooper Cronk will play despite carrying a badly damaged shoulder. And if he does play, he'll be in for some extra attention.
Yeah, look, it's hard. Like, I'm a fair man in a fair game, but at saying that, like, we will exploit that edge if Cooper's not 100%.
Munster himself has a big decision to make following the grand final: to stay in Melbourne, the only club he's ever played with, or to hit the open market and make a move in 2020.
My contract's negotiations are going to be on hold for a little bit. I'm going to go away for a bit and with my family and just talk about it a little bit more and see what I want to do. But Melbourne's gave me the opportunity, and I'll give them first red hot crack.
Rob Canning, NBN News.
The Knights have signed the Warriors' Mason Lino from 2019. The halfback will remain in red and blue until at least the end of 2020 after agreeing to a 2-year deal with Newcastle. Knights officials say the signing will provide genuine competition for spots, with Lino able to play half and 5/8. Brownlow celebrations will be put on hold tomorrow when Tom Mitchell undergoes shoulder surgery. While last night's result wasn't a great surprise, it was the humble Hawks coach who almost stole the show.
Show and tell with Charlie, after a night this humble champion can't believe actually happened.
It's a surreal feeling. Hasn't quite sunk in yet, but I'm sure it will in the coming days. But yeah, it's a proud moment.
Mitchell was always destined to be a star.
Thomas Mitchell takes the ball, tries to push through the pack and does it beautifully.
From junior footy, he'd soon follow in the famous footsteps of his father Barry, drafted to the Swans in 2011. But in 2 years with the Hawks, he's gone to a whole new level.
I grew up idolising players, Chris Judd, Gary Ablett, Sam Mitchell, and they were obviously medalists, and I don't quite see myself as that calibre of player.
While Mitchell was a runaway winner, the night itself still threw up a surprise or two. Plus, more than a few laughs, including this from Goal of the Year recipient Jack Higgins.
My heart's pumping 1,000 minutes per second, so if I screw it up, just don't hail me.
But it was this moment during Mitchell's acceptance speech which will be long remembered.
Thanks so much for the opportunity you've given me. Clarko seems pretty interested.
You're up on stage and you see your coach falling asleep. What do you think?
Yeah, it was pretty funny, wasn't it? I wasn't sure if he was checking his phone or his text or he was actually dozing off, and he came up to me afterwards and said he was just trying to comprehend what had happened, but I don't believe him. I think he was just having a sleep.
Mitchell's actually booked in for shoulder surgery tomorrow before taking a well-earned break overseas. Then it's back to the grind and the business of winning premierships. He could yet add a club best and fairest to his 2018 Brownlow and Players Association MVP, but he craves much more.
I'm very envious of the guys who are fortunate enough to play in the grand final this weekend, and that is my main goal, is to be a part of a premiership team.
Click that away, NBN News.
Meanwhile, the Hunters' Isaac Heaney has taken out Mark of the Year for this grab against the Demons in round 21, climbing high over Melbourne forward Jesse Hogan. Heaney beat out Brisbane's Charlie Cameron and Fremantle's Michael Walters. In just a moment, the shot winner of this year's Pushkas Award, and how the Aussies plan to lead Pakistan spinners in a spin.
Take your multi to the next level with Ladbrokes Multiverse, the only place to combine a same-game multi with your regular multi-picks. Built across codes, games and bet types for unmatched betting flexibility with Ladbrokes. Back yourself.
The Polaris Ranger 570 Heavy Duty is the best spec'd mid-sized utility vehicle ever. Let me tell you why. It's got massive dump box, excellent towing capacity, grease nipples and seals where needed, automatic transmission, four-wheel descent control, rollover protection structure, electronic power steering, two-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and turf-friendly rear diff, all at the flick of a switch. Plus the biggest range of accessories to make your Ranger just the way you want it. Polaris Ranger 570 HD, hardest working, smoothest riding.
Oh, deodorant.
Happens every time.
At Woolworths, we've dropped the prices on the everyday things you buy, like Rexona deodorant varieties, dropped to just $5 each.
That's why I pick Woolies.
The sheds, up to 40% cheaper. Double garages, $3,900. Triple garages, $6,200. Four-car garage, $5,300. Manufactured by us right here in Australia with a 20-year manufacturer's warranty. American barns from 6,300. Farm sheds, 8,500. Industrial buildings, 13,300. Call Best Sheds 1800 15 17 18 or visit bestsheds.com.au.
Toyota Camry. Defy expectation. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Welcome to night school. Now, suspicions were correct. You're clinically dumb. If you don't pass that test, you're out.
We're gonna have to still test. Quietly wear black. Laundry day. So you wore yellow? It's clean. Get your arm out of my face.
I don't like cheaters. What?
New season, new styles. Enjoy 25% off trending furniture and homewares collections at Oz Design Furniture. Don't miss out on 25% off in store. Hurry, must end soon. Visit Oz Design Furniture, Katara, Rutherford, West Gosford and Tuggerah today.
Sprite. Release the lemon lime refreshment.
Black fades with every wash as your clothes fibers fray. New Lovables Care and Renew detergent smoothens rough fibers for brilliant black reflection. The step from faded to intense black. New, no, washed with Lovables. Special care for your clothes.
At Radio Rentals, it's your choice. Choose the plan that works for you from our extended range of contract terms. Plus, rent any product for $9.99 a week or more and choose a $100 Visa gift card or 60 days rent-free at Radio Rentals.
Justin Langer is doing everything he can to counter Pakistan's leg spinners Yasir Shah and Shadad Khan. Langer has brought specialist spin bowlers into Australia's Dubai training camp to prepare the side for their test series next month.
In the past, we've probably come into series, worked hard on spin, but not specifically on what they're bowling, the deliveries that they bowl, and the cues to watch as a batter. So I think we've been lucky enough to get a couple of guys come in that are very good spin bowlers.
Australia takes on Pakistan in Dubai on October 7th. Against Melbourne City, Australia's Riley McGree didn't even crack the top three. Salah's strike beat out goals by Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale. Jets coach Ernie Merrick has confirmed new signing Jair will see game time against the Wanderers at Maitland on Saturday. The 30-year-old Brazilian has impressed with his new club with his work ethic since arriving 2 weeks ago. Merrick admits Jair wasn't as fit as he'd hoped when he arrived, but the Brazilian is doing everything he can to be ready for round one.
He actually is driving the trainer, Chris Smith, and asking him to do more and extra, and he's been doing that when we play